Hi, I'm Kirby Allison, and welcome to the Kirby Allison Cigar Keep by Vigilant. This is a very exciting moment as I have finished my walk-in humidor and finally had the opportunity to stock it with my modest collection of cigars. What I can say is that what felt like a lot of cigars now in this beautiful, glorious Cigar Keep feels like is not enough. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us. So in today's video, I thought I would give all of you fellow Cigar Keep members just a quick tour of my new walk-in humidor, my Cigar Keep, if you will. This was built by Vigilant, New Hampshire, which is a specialized humidor builder. They specialize in walk-in humidors and wine cellars that has really distinguished themselves in the incredible build-outs of humidors. Of course, whenever I discovered them here in the United States and was working on this idea of creating this walk-in humidor, they were my first choice. And they've done some absolutely beautiful work, as evidenced by this walk-in humidor. It is really incredible, and I couldn't be any more happy about it. Now, it's large, as you can see, which is something that I wanted because the larger environment, the idea is that the more stable that environment becomes, the humidity and the temperature. And so that was the self-rationalization, if you will, to give myself permission to build this, which I must say, exceeded the original scope, if you will. But it's glorious, and I couldn't be any more happy. Now, 2/3 of it is really dedicated to cigars, but I felt it would be appropriate on this side to have a little bit of space dedicated to wine. Ambient conditions in which you would store wine is really not that different than cigars. Now, wine would traditionally be stored a little bit colder at 55 versus 60 or 65 degrees, but none of this wine is being aged for decades, which would be required in order for that small difference in temperature to really make much of an impact on the wine itself. But here we are, a beautiful walk-in humidor, and we have a full video on the Kirby Allison YouTube channel talking about all the details of how this was constructed, the humidification, the cooling systems, and actually following along the construction itself. So if you have a lot of questions about how this was built or how you would build your own walk-in humidor, go look at the Kirby Allison channel. We have a video dedicated to that specific topic. But for our fellow Cigar Keep members, I thought it'd be fun to open the doors and welcome you to this beautiful humidor. Now again, it has been just a few weeks since I put everything in here, so this is of course a work in progress. But I think I've kind of settled down to a general organization structure that so far I'm pretty happy about. You'll see that right here is a nice kind of display shelf, right? And then a kind of a focus point of the humidor itself. So right now, I've got some of my limited edition Cohiba cigars. I've got a box of Bahique 56s. It's the only box of Bahiques I've ever purchased. And then I've got a box of the 55th anniversary limited edition cigars right here. Again, absolutely beautiful. You can see that Maduro wrapper. And then I've got a box of the Linea 1935 Monte Cristos, some Dom Perignon P2, right? But the idea is that ultimately, what I would really like here is a beautiful humidor, like an LA Blue, or maybe something from Humidores Habanos. I mean, something that is a real focal point of the entire room. Don't have that yet, so right now I just have some nice cigars. And now anyone that watches the channel knows that I love cabinets. And so again, this being a focal point, I thought it would be the ideal location to display those cabinets. And so I've got, right here, all my Ramon Allones especially selected. I've got some Partagas shorts, some Hoyo de Monterreys, Partagas Lusitania, some Juan Lopez, some Belicosos Finos. I mean, anything in a cabinet, in my opinion, is always better than something that's in a display box or a presentation box like these right here. And then the cabinet of 50 is just as glorious it gets. So we've got those Partagas Lusitanias. I only have 2 cabinets right here of 50, and it's not enough. And as I look at that, I think, I need, at least 3 to 4 more of those because, part of the idea of the humidor is to really, to take the plunge in long-term aging, and you want to have those cigars to sit, for not years, but decades, right? And they only get better. Here we've got some Hoyo de Monterrey. These are, of course, the Hoyo de Monterrey Double Coronas, right? An iconic cigar, 3 cabinets of 50. And then I have some of my favorites that I've been stocking up on. I've got the Bolivars, right? My kind of first love, if you will, of Cuban cigars. I have the Royal Coronas, the Gold Medals, 2 boxes, the Belicosos Finos, and then one lingering last box of the Corona Gigantes. And again, this is one of my all-time favorite cigars. It is, basically a Churchill-sized cigar. And, you used to be able to buy these, and then Habanos stopped making them. And so this box I really bought on auction, February 2003 box date, right? And I just kind of got to the point where I said, you know what, I need one of these glorious boxes of Corona Gigantes in my humidor. Let's pull this out. And so look at these beautiful cigars, 2003. Again, bought this on auction. Oh, such an amazing cigar. And so again, I used to have so many boxes of these and didn't buy enough. So I bought this on auction so that I can have one final box of the Bolivar Corona Gigantes. I really would love to see Habanos re-release this cigar. Over here, we also have Hardigus Aristocrats. Again, those that have followed along my keep know that this is a cigar that I've really been stockpiling. It's one of my favorite guilt-free daily smokes, but this with age is only gonna get better. And again, as someone that enjoys smoking cigars, especially daily, having a nice daily to be able to pull from is really important. And whenever you think about this over long-term horizons, a few hundred cigars really doesn't seem like enough to really be indulging oneself in very often. But again, one of my favorites. And let's see what else, right? So coming over here, right, we've got, again, divided in sections. I've got my New World Davidoff and some of my other New World stuff. I've got, again, some Davidoff here, cabinets. I've got a Cuban here and there, kind of organized by brand. So I've got some 2 boxes of the Davidoff Anniversarios #1s. This is a double Corona, a beautiful cigar. I've got another coffin of the Davidoff Oro de Blanco, right? This is an absolutely iconic cigar. This was a gift from Eddie Sahakian. And again, January 31st, 2023. And this is, I think, one of the most expensive and rare and limited cigars Davidoff has ever produced. So this is a real kind of magnificent joy to look at. So I have that right here. I've got 2 of the Davidoff Royal releases, the Solomons, the Robustos. I just have 1 of each. And to be honest, going back to this aging philosophy, I really should have more than 1 of each of those. I've got some of the Zodiacs right here. So this is the most recent Year of the Dragon. This is the Rabbit. And then some of the other kind of special releases. I have, 2 signed boxes of the Davidoff 40th Anniversary cigars. These or the Corona Speciales, again, signed by Edward and Eddie. It'll be something that I'll probably never be able to smoke through. Again, these were limited to just 300 boxes. To be completely frank, they could have easily doubled the number. And if you look at this, again, a beautiful box as Davidoff is so well known for, with the facade of that iconic shop on the corner of St. James's and German Street. And then these are, again, modeled after that signature #1, Edward's favorite cigar, but done with a slightly darker Maduro wrapper. So again, I haven't smoked one of these out of these boxes, as I really look forward to setting these down and allowing them to age properly. So I've got these on display, right? Because again, part of the fun of having a walk-in humidor is being able to walk in and admire one's collection of cigars without having to basically play a game of Tetris. Now, we've all done it, right? Just until recently, my humidor was literally a game of Tetris, putting everything in. Again, we've got some of the more kind of limited releases of the Davidoffs. This is the signature #1. Those are #2s, right? Signature #1, which is effectively a Lancero. Relatively light-bodied cigar, but, I bought a few of these. And then we've got the Millennia Lancero, which again, slightly more full-bodied, right? But a beautiful cigar. And then some of the other special kind of cigars that have been gifted to me over the years. This is a box from Klaas Kellner, right? His father, Hinky, was the one that really helped start Davidoff in the Dominican Republic. So this is my New World section. And then coming over here, we're getting into some of my Habanos. Again, what seemed like a lot of cigars whenever you see it like this is really not that many. Ramon Allones Gigantes, right? Again, very similar to that Bolivar Corona Gigante. This is a presentation box of the specially selected. Doesn't have the, that impact of an actual cabinet, but beautiful. Nonetheless, we've got some Ramon Allones, we've got some Perfectos. These are originals from Mexico, right? Everyone knows the Edmundo Dante was one of my favorite. I missed those, so whenever these came out, I really made sure that I, purchased enough to be able to both enjoy and age. I mean, look at those absolutely beautiful cigars. I see that they need to be brushed. We've got a little bit of mold growing, which is not all that uncommon, right? But inspecting your cigars and brushing them is important. So I'm going to set that one aside. Let's take a look at another one of these just to see if this is something that is affecting more than one box. Not really. So anyway, that'll be a nice Sunday afternoon activity. Light a cigar, come in here, inspect these boxes, and really taking a badger brush and brushing them. Monte Cristo Speciales number 2. Really don't have a Monte Cristo section, so that's right there. Some of the Ramon Allones private stock. One of the most beautiful limited edition releases I've ever seen from Hunters and Francal in the United Kingdom. I mean, these have the most beautiful, pristine wrappers I think I have ever seen on a cigar in my life. Gosh, look at those. Amazing. So, absolutely beautiful cigar. So 2 boxes of those. I've got some of the El Rey de Mundo La Reina. Again, another one of those regional releases. This is 2020. This is an absolute unicorn of a cigar. Again, by this time I was smart enough to, go for more than just one box. It's really one to smoke and one to collect. And I found myself giving so many of these away, right, that I really began to panic. I mean, this first box, you can see I enjoyed it so much that I've only got, 3, 6, 7 of these left in this box, right? I mean, this was a cigar I enjoyed so much. I mean, I couldn't stop myself from sharing it with good friends that I know appreciate a fine cigar. I had to put an end to that, and I bought a few more boxes, and then these are on lockdown now. They really should be in one of these cabinets, under lock and key. Mundo Dantes, again, limited edition, Mexico, Partagas, Lusitanas, boxes of 10 Solomons. Por Larrañaga Monte Carlos, again, another favorite. I bought several of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. Some Por Larrañagas Galanes, some Cuabas, some Punch. And then over here, we've got my Trinidad section. I've been working on a Trinidad series, so I've got 2 very generous boxes of those Trinidad Fundadoras. This right here is a Partagas short. This is a regional from the United Kingdom, Juan Lopez. This is the exclusive for Great Britain. And this was, which release was this? Can't always tell by the box date. This was 2016. I mean, look at those absolutely beautiful, pristine cigars. Again, I mean, the question is, when does one take that first cigar out and break the box? That is a tough question, and I don't have an answer for that. I enjoyed those so much, I bought this on Bond Roberts. This is a Flor de Juan Lopez 150th anniversary box. Again, absolutely beautiful. Look at those cigars. Wow. Wow. So if anyone has a keen eye and is on Cigar Keep right now checking out my keep, you will duly note that I am a little bit behind in adding these to my keep and really adding some of these Vitolas there. So it's something I certainly need to work on. This is a beautiful presentation box. I have to say I really enjoy that. And then we have another interesting box. This is an exclusive for La Casa del Habano, right? This is the Hoya de Monterrey. Which one is this? Yeah, Perfecto, right? So this is the Elegantes, right? Beautiful double Perfecto, incredible cigar. Amazing. So there we have it. That is the walk-in humidor, the Kirby Allison Cigar Keep by Vigilant. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Of course, we've got a lot of work to do to properly fill this thing up, and I've got an exciting year ahead of me as we do that. Now, if you're watching this video for the first time, make sure you go register at Cigar Keep, cigar-keep.com, and there you are able to join the largest online community of Cuban tobacco enthusiasts in the world. You can log and keep track of all of the cigars in your humidor, in your digital Cigar Keep, and then share tasting notes with fellow smokers from around the world. Of course, I'm Kirby Allison, Cigar Keep Ambassador. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that red subscribe button, and hope to see you all smoking again soon.